Okay, so today I'm going to be shooting the Umarex Notos at 46 yards away, just to see how much of a pellet drop we get, and I'll let you know what the grain of the pellet I'm shooting is in a minute. So there's the target with no holes in it. Where's the target at? I can't even see it. Anyway, so we're going all the way back here. And I measured this off, and it was 46.33 yards away or something like that. So we got a freshly charged. I just charged it up. It's almost completely full. And then we'll shoot probably 10 rounds at it. And we'll adjust for elevation. The windage should be okay. It's not that windy today. And the pellet I'm shooting is the 5.5 millimeter, 14.3 grain hollow point pellet. And 22 caliber. So, be with you in a minute. Let's go ahead and shoot 10 rounds at it. Keep in mind my hands aren't that steady, but in the hands of a much better shooter, it's been a long time since I shot competition in the military. But anyway, we'll see how we do. So there's the target. It's way out there. I'll bring it in. And that's as close as I can bring it. Let's see. There it is. You can barely make it out. So let's see how we do. By the way, welcome back to Retired Guy's Journal. And today we're shooting 10 rounds at 46 yards with the Umarex Notos carbine pistol. See if I can get a better angle at that. Shooting 10 rounds. Let me get this out of the way. Take it off the safety. Pocket. Here we go. Gotta adjust for windage quite a bit. There's one. Let's see, where did that go? So I might have to make an adjustment. Well, the elevation is good. The windage is way wrong, but that was probably me. Let's try it again before I make any adjustments. The 46 yards away, just a hair greatly affects it. Oh, that was me again. I felt myself move on that. Look. Yeah, same. I got the elevation pretty good, but my windage is way off, and I think it's me. That was 2, and they're off to the right, about 3 inches from the bullseye. Yeah. Got the jitters. Okay, once again, that one's about an inch away from the bullseye. That was 3 shots. So far, I haven't got any in the bullseye. I might go ahead and make a little bit of adjustment, not on the red dot, but on the target I'm shooting at. That's 4. Okay. The windage adjustment's good, but the elevation is too high. I shot it too high. So I gotta bring it down a little bit. I need one of those sights. I don't know if they make them for red dots, but I know they make them for scopes, where you can, where your distance is at, you can aim for that. Accordingly, it graduates. Ah, come on, let me get at least one bullseye. Okay. Top right bullseye. It's barely in the bullseye though. Oh, come on. Let's calm down and shoot. I think that was 6. Yeah, shot too high. I gotta bring it down, man. This is not dropping that much at all for this distance. I need to center it on the bullseye. Let's see how that did. I put it on the bullseye. Yep, I broke red. Need ammo. Whew. Well, anyway, let's go see what we got, because that wasn't too good. Okay, so fired 7 shots. 2 I broke into the red, but we won't call those bullseyes because I don't want no black at all. And these are black and red. But a little over 46 yards, if it has an intruder, they'd be dead. So we'll head back, and I'm gonna fire 3 more shots at it, and that's it. Total of 10 rounds. Then I'm gonna use the same grain pellet and shoot the Hudson V-Locks at it. And it's a pistol only. It doesn't have the butt stock on it, so it's probably not gonna be as steady, but we're gonna give it a shot with the same size pellet. But first I'm gonna go ahead and finish up with this V-locks, 3 more rounds. So I'll load 3 more rounds into the Notos. Umarex Notos. 3 more 22 caliber 14 point, what was that again? 14.3 cap grain. And then I have slugs and other types of ammo for this. But the heavier the pellet, the more knockdown power it has, but the less speed it has, if that makes sense. I believe they call that joules, Joules. Okay, so 3 more rounds. Let's see if I can get all red in this thing. Oh my goodness. It is so hot out here. I'm not even gonna look at the binoculars. I'm just gonna go ahead and fire 3 rounds. Two. And that's 3. Okay. So we'll walk down there and change targets out. Let me switch the camera around. Okay, we're gonna go swap the target out and see if I hit at least 1 bullseye. I don't think I did. That's an awful long ways for me. Well, let's see. Oh, looks like I got an actual bullseye. It's barely. No, there's a legitimate one in there. Okay, out of those 3 shots, there's where 1 of them hit. Second one and the 3rd one. So I'd say that's pretty darn good for a $270 PCP carbine pistol. So I'm going to change targets out and we'll change over to the Hudson V-locks. Okay, so I'm going to load 10 rounds for the 14.3 grain 22 caliber pellet into the Hudson V-locks. I'm going to give it a freshly charged tank, and then of course I'll put the suppressor back on it. So stand by. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and shoot 12 rounds instead of 10 because this has a 12 round magazine. It's just as simple to go ahead and put 2 more rounds in it. And the nice thing about the Hudson V-locks is you don't have to cock it. You just cock it for 1 time, and after that, it's as fast as you can pull the trigger, you can shoot. Because this is a semi-automatic. Okay, so I charged up the cylinder to a fresh charge. I got the suppressor on it, and 12 rounds of 14.3. And we'll take the safety off. Safety's off. We're ready to fire. Ew. Let's see how we do. I'm going to try 1 shot just to see what adjustment I need to make. I'm going to pull this back a little bit. don't expect to be anywhere near as accurate with this because I don't have the buttstock on it. I wish I did. I might have to order one for this. But this one I'm going to aim dead on the bullseye instead of above it or below it. Well, by the sound of it, it sounded like it's traveling a lot slower than the V-Lox. Let's take a look. Of course, the suppressor is different, so it makes it sound different. Bullseye, all red. I'm impressed. And that was not adjusting any elevation or windage. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm shooting these pretty fast too. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. I have no idea. I can't see that far. Not without the binoculars, but let's both get surprised. Put it back on safety, even though the magazine is empty. And go take a look. Okay. Let's see how we did. I got a feeling I did a lot better with the pistol than I did with the carbine. Carbine, or carbine, whatever you want to call it. I see a few stragglers, but I think I hit the bullseye a whole lot more times. 12 shots, whereas the other one I used 10. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe more, because there's only 1, 2, 3, 4 outside. So that means eight of them hit the bullseye. Pretty impressive. That's with the pistol. Go figure. That's amazing. I'm very happy with that. Of course, this gun, even though it's not a carbine, doesn't have the buttstock on it, it also was about 100 and, oh, let's see, the other one was $270, this one was $400, so what is that? $130 more. The Hudson. Now the one I'm anxious to get is the Cuban GK1. That's a phenomenal pistol. I believe they say it's the most powerful PCP pistol money can buy. But there you have it. The Hudson V-Lox versus the Umarex Notos. Both of them very fine weapons. So I want to thank you for watching Retired Guy's Journal. And I think you would be very happy with either one of these PCP guns. They're both affordable. The Hudson's a little bit more pricey. But then again, you get a little bit more for your money too. And it's more compact. Now, compared to the Cuban GK1, it's it's a beast. But because it's much smaller. Of course, it's been modified because the standard GK1 is actually larger than both of these, and the one I ordered has been modified and cut down, and a few other modifications to it. And I'll probably put a more expensive red dot sight on it. So there you go. That's over 46 yards away, and if that was an intruder, they'd have some holes in them. However, to be honest with you, if I'm going to shoot that distance away, I'm going to pull the AR-15 out and put some 5.56 in it, and I have a much more expensive red dot sight on it, and that'll reach out and touch them. But for a pellet pistol, I'll tell you, this is a lot of fun, and it's once you get past the initial expense of buying what you need. I mean, the air is not costing whatever the electricity is to charge them up, or to charge an air tank. So let's say for the Hatson, for example, it was a little over $400. And then the air tank, I believe, the way that one's equipped is $280. And then I think I paid $270 for the air compressor itself. So let me see. You got 500, so about $800-900 you got in it, and then of course the price of your pellets. But after the initial sting of buying the guns and everything you need, you can't shoot any cheaper than that. I mean, all it's costing you basically is just for the pellets, and I think there's 500 in that little can right there, the hollow point 14.3. I think they were like, oh gosh, $19 or something on Amazon. I think various prices. And then you can get various different, I have all kinds of pellets, ranging from 14.3 grain up to probably 25, 30 grain slugs and stuff. And with your slugs, you're going to have more knockdown power, but a lot less feet per second. And that's getting into science now, so I don't know how to explain that. But anyhow, but you got a heavier bullet. It's like like in World War II, they used the Colt 45, 45.45 millimeter bullet, which is huge. That bullet only was traveling at 700 feet per second. However, if you got shot in the arm, it's going to take your arm off, or it's going to turn you completely around. Whereas you get shot with a 9 millimeter, it's traveling much faster, probably 2 or 3 times as fast as the 45. However, the 45 has a hell of a lot more knockdown power, and that's why it was such a favorite gun. It's still a favorite gun for people today. I don't have one. I do have a Browning 40 caliber. I also have a 357, a few 9 millimeters, a Colt 22. It looks like exactly like a 45, except for she's 22 long rifles. And a few Magnums. I have a few Magnum 22s. And then, of course, my AR and a shotgun and different things like that. But for shooting around the house, you can't beat these pellet pistols. I actually enjoy them way more than I do shooting a firearm, because one, you can shoot all day long for less than $1, and I mean shooting all day long, and it's fun to plink, and you're not disturbing any neighbors or anything like that, because with the suppressors on them and everything, they're very quiet. You heard them. So, I mean, it's the way to go. And, you know, for home defense, like I was saying in the previous video, these things are powerful enough to inflict a whole lot of damage. So they're not toys. So don't treat them as such. They're very dangerous, and you want to use all your safety precautions and stuff using them. And especially when you're filling up the air tanks, there's ways you have to do that. And so follow the directions on how to do that. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I look forward to getting the GK1 shorty in and showing that to you. And it should be here probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks. And I ordered it, like I said, back in the first part of July. But they were out of production. They were making more of them. And of course, they actually had GK1s in stock, but they're not the one I ordered, the modified one. So that one, they had to make a whole new batch. So what they do, they take the standard one and then they cut it down and do a few different things to it. So anyway, I'm anxious to show that one to you. And I think I have enough. I mean, you can get into the thousands of dollars where they shoot even 50 caliber slugs. 50 caliber slugs, some of these air rifles do, PCP rifles, and they'll knock a deer down. I mean, they'll kill deer and your big game, stuff like that. But you're getting into probably a basic, just a cheap basic one would run you probably $1,500 for that rifle, if not more. And I've seen them I've personally seen them on websites for over $4,000, and I think that they top out pretty much at like $7,000, which is insane, because you can buy an AR-15 for what, less than $1,000 now. Back when I bought mine was when the government was cracking down on guns really bad, so I paid the premium price for my Bushmaster. But the nice thing about the Bushmaster is it shoots 5.56 and 2.23. The 2.23 is your civilian round, and your 5.56 has more powder in it, and that's your military round. And that's what I use in mine, is 5.56. But yeah, you can buy these PCP pistols and carbines and rifles. You can get them all the way from .177 caliber, which is your little tiny pellet, 22, 25, 30 caliber. I think they just keep graduating up to all the way to 50 or 60 caliber. Man, I don't know, 50 caliber for sure. I don't know if they have a 60 caliber. But anyway, when you get into those, you're getting to some very serious air rifles. And they're rifles. But actually, they do sell a pistol that shoots those aluminum balls and nylon balls and I forget what that other material is, rubber maybe, but 50 caliber. And they don't travel very fast as far as feet per second, but there's some serious damage. I've seen them where they're breaking concrete blocks and stuff with them. And a lot of those you can reuse the ammo, which is nice. And the ammo's so big and it's easy to spot it and pick it up. So anyway, that's enough of that nonsense. But so like I said, you can get into this sport for a PCP for probably anywhere from, well, depending on what you want. If you get like a single shot PCP pistol, I believe they make one called the Diana, I think it's like $170, and it's a powerful pistol. So you can get into this for anywhere from probably about $160, $170 all the way up to thousands of dollars. But it's a lot of fun, and if you want to have a lot of fun for a little bit of money, I highly recommend it. And to take care of those little pests like rats and mice and whatever else critters you're trying to get rid of. Anyway, thanks for watching. I really appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on the next episode. Thanks for watching.